I'm Kaylee, and this is how I built my own custom bookshelves. Before we dive into how I made my own custom bookshelves, I'm gonna reach back here to our booktuber shout out book, and we're gonna shout out somebody randomly. Today's shout out goes to Hufflepuff Discovery. I love their channel because they talk about classics and Harry Potter. I'll leave a link to their channel down in the description, so be sure to go over and subscribe to them. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to this channel and give this video a big thumbs up if you love custom, beautiful bookshelves. So I already had a little bit of experience building some custom bookshelves in the hallway, and they turned out so great that I decided to do it again. But this time I wanted to convert my walk-in closet into a walk-in library. I had these old, just literally falling apart bookshelves that were in there before, and they were so ugly, and they were literally cobbled together with cardboard and nails, and I hated those so much. So those just went in the trash. So while I was waiting for the new bookshelves to be up, all those books did not have a home. They were stacked up on the floor, they were stacked up in my other closets. I just kind of had big stacks of books everywhere for a while, waiting for their new home on their new beautiful bookshelves. So I looked up some tutorials online and made a lot of diagrams. I did a lot of measuring to make sure that things were the correct distances and heights and everything. And I went out and bought some lumber. So my dad and my brother were so helpful to help me get the lumber and to cut it down to the correct sizes. So we had to measure, and then my dad got out this fancy saw and he helped me to cut all the pieces. So what I did was I bought 12-foot boards, and then I cut them into two 5.5-foot boards, and then had a little bit left over for some smaller 2-inch pieces. And then those smaller pieces I used as the cleats to hold up those bigger 5.5-foot boards. And then it was just a lot of sanding everything down. And I kind of liked that there are a lot of irregularities in the wood. It just kind of gives it a rustic kind of look. So there are little knots in the wood and everything. Once I had it sanded down to at least the point where it wouldn't give you a splinter, then I went ahead and stained it, and that took forever. I'd stain it on one side and wait for it to dry, and then flip it over and stain it on the other side. But finally, I had all of them stained all the way around and looking pretty good. Then I had to take down all of the wire shelving that was already in the closet. So my mom came in and she helped me to undo the screws and take everything down. And then I had to use some putty and fill in all the holes from the screws and do a little bit of touch up with some paint. And then that closet was ready to have some new bookshelves installed. And my dad was kind enough to come over to my house and help me learn how to use a drill. I've not used a drill very often before, so it kind of makes me nervous. Like, I'm just worried that I'm gonna mess it up. But I did fine, and we got all of the cleat supports installed in. We put in drywall anchors so that it's really sturdy. All right, so we have all of the cleats installed on both sides, everywhere. I'm so grateful to my dad for helping me to install these. And then all I had to do was actually get those bookshelves in there. It took a little bit of maneuvering around to make sure that I didn't, punch any holes in the wall or anything. But I finally got them all put together, and they're not drilled into the supports at all. They're just sitting on top of the supports. If I had a household with small children where I was worried about kids like trying to climb on the bookshelves, I might have installed them a little more securely, but I'm not too worried about that. And then the only thing left to do was to actually put my books on them and to decorate. It looks amazing. It looks so much better than I ever even imagined. I knew like it was gonna look good, but wow, this looks so great. Oh, guys, I have been working on this for months, and finally, I've got some shelves in my closet. And now all that is left to do is decorate them. Let's get some books up on these shelves. I am so happy with the way that these shelves turned out. It just fills my heart with so much joy. I'm probably going to be redecorating them several times, so you might see some more videos about these bookshelves with just me redecorating it with different little trinkets and different mementos from my childhood. And I'm sure I'll be rearranging the books all around. At the moment, I have them divided into children's fantasy and then some YA, and then another shelf with more kind of sci-fi, but it's really just kind of a higgledy-piggledy bunch of books that don't quite fit anywhere else. What an amazing transformation! It was a lot of work and it did cost a pretty penny because lumber is expensive, but it's so worth it because it just looks so beautiful. Leave me a comment down below and let me know, what is the bookshelf of your dreams? The one that you imagine in your perfect library. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and remember, the right book in the right hands at the right time can change the world.